Breakups absolutely suck. It's devastating when you've spent your whole life, or every day of your life, for however long, being somebody's girlfriend or being somebody's boyfriend, and suddenly that part of your identity is gone because you've just ended a relationship. It's really hard to deal with that. Okay, you have to acknowledge that this is a painful process, and it's almost like death of that part of your personality. So you have to sort of kind of have a funeral, or grieve the death of that part of your personality, because you're not going to be in love with the same person again, and you're not going to have the same feelings that you did with that person. It's going to change. Now, whether it's going to be a better feeling or much worse feeling with somebody else doesn't matter. You're never going to feel exactly the way you felt with somebody at a particular point of time with anybody else, or for that matter, even the same person at some other point of time in the future. Right? So look back, reflect on all the beautiful things that you had with this person, cherish it for what it was worth, but remember that it all sits in your memory. Right? It's not real anymore. It's over. It hurts. So you don't have a choice at this point of time, but to sort of get yourself together and move on, because this isn't just about you. It's also about the other person, right? It's about two people coming together and working to make something work. And if the two of you have decided not to work on it anymore and let go of it, that means that both of you need to move on, right? So just grieve. It hurts. It absolutely hurts. Just grieve. Take as much time as you want to just mull in that feeling. If it hurts, just deal with it. Just take as much time as you need to process everything that happened and why that relationship ended, why you chose to not work on that relationship anymore, and why you've chosen to move on. Like, take as much time to think about it as you want, but distracting yourself with other things or running away from it by signing up on a random dating site, or I don't know, doing things like having a random hookup, or a sort of rebound date or whatever, does not help. Right? You don't fix problems that way. It is instant gratification, might feel great for a bit or whatever, but you don't fix anything by doing that. Right? You're taking a shortcut, you're taking the easier way out, you're trying to temporarily botch up the problem by trying to hide your feelings. But if you have the balls, you want to actually sit down and look at your feelings and deal with them rather than trying to run away from it. Right? When you haven't dealt with your feelings and you come onto a dating app, and let's say you go out on a date with somebody, you are kind of rubbing off your damage on someone else, because you don't know the kind of experiences that they have come with. Maybe they haven't had the kind of experience that you have, and they might not be able to read between the lines like you've been able to, and you somewhat contribute to ruining somebody else's life just because you haven't fixed a part of your life. Right? The mature way to deal with these things is to find a way to grieve and heal completely before you take yourself out there to move on and meet somebody else. Remember that you're never going to be able to forget something that happened in your past, someone that happened in your past, and it's okay. It's completely okay. Unless you make peace with that part of you, saying that was a part of your life. These were the things that were great. These are the things that were not great. But I've chosen to move on, and I will move on. You're never going to be able to, really move on in your life. So guys, don't look at shortcuts. Try to take the time and, invest that effort and energy to actually, healing through a bad relationship before you move on, because you're not only doing more damage to yourself, but you're also damaging other people around you. So I hope you'll be responsible and date better.